Yeah, pretty much. Look, and I told her, I was like, see what happened. What had happened was,
how my bank account was set up.
I said I was looking forward to this meal, but instead I had you instead. So either way, I'm good.
He's just knocking the Mario coins out of her.
Man,
she gonna be screaming, going Yahoo! Yahoo!
Man,
that was Sam. The entire time.
Pretty much. You busting a sweat.
You heard it one up every once in a while.
Yahoo! Yahoo! Wow! So long, Bowser.
Yahoo better than Chris Pratt. Yahoo better than Chris Pratt.
I think anybody could Yahoo better than Chris Pratt.
I don't even know why they casted him in the first place.
Star power.
I won't understand it. Huh?
Star power.
Terrible star power.
Yeah, the horrible.
I don't know why they're even making a movie.
Off of it, yeah.
Like,
yeah, I mean, to be real with you, dude, like, I think video games, it's kind of hard to make movies because people live so much hype and expectation for it. Like, that's why so many people were pissed about The Witcher. And they were like, oh, dude, we're fucking, like, this is not okay. And they were literally just not thinking about what they were dropping. They just were like, yeah, this is going to be fine. People are going to enjoy it because it's based off the game.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you guys ever saw that Assassin's Creed movie, but I was not a fan.
Hold on. No. One second. All right, and I started recording. Go ahead, continue. Talking about Assassin's Creed, the movie.
The Assassin's Creed movie.
Yeah.
It was not that good compared to like what they were trying to do. Like if they were gonna do anything involving the video game itself, they should have went around the type of route of like Assassin's Creed 2. I feel like would have been a good story because like how they even did the movie anyway, it seemed like it was set up in that timeline, but at the same time, it was not that good.
I don't know much about the Assassin's Creed games. Like I don't know the stories like very well. But that movie was a shit movie. Everything, the acting to the CGI to the lines. I was like, I can't.
It even had Michael Fassbender in it, and it's like you would think that would be good because it's got such a well-known.
Even Magneto couldn't hold that shit together.
No, but it's bad writing. It's always bad writing. No matter how good the actor is, bad writing can't, will win every time.
But with Chris Pratt, it's just not the right voice.
Yeah, it's not.
Not the right voice.
One video game that I really, really hope never gets made into a movie is Kingdom Hearts.
Nah.
They need to leave that shit alone. I know for a fact that I feel like Disney at one point in their life they will bite on it.
They want to. I saw that they had plans to make it a show.
Yeah.
But it was an animated show. It's not a live action show.
Okay. If it's animated, that's okay. But like if it's live action,
the thing is that as long as it has Mickey, they're not putting anything live action with Mickey. They're not touching Mickey. They are not touching Mickey. They're not touching their mascot like that.
But even then, I would also argue that it depends on the studio that's making it.
It does.
So far, Disney has been dropping heat on both the shows, live action stuff. So
I haven't watched Andor. That's the one show I haven't watched. I watched the good old Obi-Wan Kenobi show. That was great.
Yeah.
I watched that one. I haven't seen Andor, and Andor doesn't seem that interesting to me. But they haven't missed the show so far.
Yeah, and here's another hot take, right?
Yeah.
I would say that for Star Wars, really, I don't care about this. What is it? A space opera or the romance or whatever?
Yeah.
No, I'm in it for the lightsabers. I'm cool. Like if there's no lightsabers or bounty hunting going on, I don't care for anything.
That's the only reason why Mandalorian was so good and why what's his name? Obi-Wan was good. There's a lot of action.
Well, I mean, I'm not putting anything against Andor as well, but it's just me personally.
Yeah.
That's what I watch Star Wars for, the bounty hunting and the action scenes. If they start getting like political and starts feeling like a Gundam show, I'm like, all right, cool. bring out the mechs, but
Politics is a big part of Star Wars.
it
When you
is.
play it right, when you have the right story around it.
No, I would say that it would have to have a nice blend of action and politics.
Yeah, to justify the action with the politics.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But again, for video game movies, yeah, it would depend on the studio company doing it.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, welcome back to Mismatch Misfits. uh, I started the recording just because we had a good topic going on, so we kept it going. Sorry about missing last week. Um, I wasn't in the right space. I I had nothing up here to be able to just talk it out. But we're back today, and we're gonna come back with some more freestyle. We're gonna just do a little, somewhat segmented, with a little off the top.
Hey, real quick, what happened last week, bro?
Last week,
Yeah,
I don't know. Everything was just kind of last minute. Everything kind of came together for me like too quick, and
yeah.
I was like, no, I wasn't even there enough for me to actually start, to start recording.
Okay,
Yeah, I was just enjoying y'all's company.
okay,
Yeah,
that makes sense. Because I was like, hey, we were gaming.
yeah, we were, but it was like I wasn't there. Everything was like too fast for me,
I feel you.
so I was like, meh. But
This man says too fast and he launches Apex.
Apex is a good healthy release for me. Okay.
But yeah, sorry about that. I just had to ask.
Yeah. Anyways, we're back today. We'll see what we'll come up with. Uh, Back to the movies. The Mario movie doesn't look that bad though. I like the way it looks. They did. Everybody looks so good. Bowser, Donkey Kong looks a little goofy. Not gonna lie to you, but he looks good.
Yeah.
Mario, Luigi, the Koopas look the Goombas look good. The Koopa Troop looks good. The
Mm.
turtles, the leveling, the world, everything looks good. It's just Chris Pratt's voice. It's like, ugh. But I'm pretty sure I can kind of just overlook it if it makes sense to the story. Because
Maybe.
we're too worried about how he looks right now over like what the story actually goes through. Because as far as I know, like he's just an actual human, non-Italian that comes down and lands on this world.
Are you talking about Mario?
Yeah.
Okay. I see. I was confused for a second. I was like, wait, what he looks like? I didn't know there was another whatchamacallit, Sonic fiasco going on with Mario.
No. Well, because people are saying that like, oh, the studio they're gonna minionize Mario and everybody else, and it's gonna look weird. Because even the Secret Life of Pets, the humans on there look a little off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're like, oh, they're gonna make them look so weird, but no, everybody looks good.
Hmm.
True, it looked true to the 3D rendering that's already in the games. And they did work. They did work closely with Nintendo.
That's what's up, at least. So it's still kind of uh, canonically correct, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's supposed to have its canon thing. Like it's supposed to be like close to like the actual title and everything. Like the actual storyline. It's supposed to be in line with everything else.
Yeah, like the OG storyline that Nintendo created.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that one.
I mean, I'm still gonna watch it. Like, bad movie, good movie.
We'll find
One,
out.
two, three movies will have it. I'm gonna watch it.
I'm taking my kids to the movies to watch that one. We're going to the movies.
Hey, that's cool. Enjoy spending $50 there. When at whoa, hold on, wait, I can't say that because allegedly speaking, if it was up to me, I would catch it on discount.
On Tuesdays?
Sure.
Yeah, Tuesdays they do like the $5 movies.
Mm-hmm.
I could probably do that.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
could probably do that. Catch the Super Mario movie like on a discount day on a Tuesday.
You would have to be out.
That's fine.
Okay.
I might have time off. I'll put time off for that day.
Yeah. Oh, originally I was talking about free 99, but yeah,
No, but if we're gonna watch that movie, I want to watch it big. I want to see big. Besides, like it's not a lot. It's not all often when I get to take my kids out to see movies like that they also really want to watch. I mean,
that's
we
true.
do, but not like very often.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sam,
What's up?
I had a question for you, buddy.
Yeah, what's going on?
What is your guilty pleasure song that you've been playing recently?
Hey, so I'm glad you asked that, bro. It's gonna sound weird, but it's by the real McCoy.
The Real McCoy.
Mm-hmm. Another night, another dream along with you. You doing what lovers do.
Oh my god! I think
Yeah,
I know what song you're talking about.
yeah. Some reason that's been coming on Sirius XM, and I'm like, yo, I'm not mad at it.
Like,
Yeah,
you're like, yeah, keep going,
keep going. But apparently, it's like a national gay club anthem. I'm sure. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. It's whatever. But I still rock it.
I mean, fuck it, a bop is a bop.
A bop is a bop, bro.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter who sings it or what it's about. A bop is a bop.
Bop is a bop. It's a bop.
Unless,
Right?
unless it's
Mhm.
directed with hate speech. Unless it's written with ill intent.
This is true.
Yeah, which there are a couple songs like that.
There's a lot of songs like that.
Noah.
Oh, sorry, I'm back. I apologize.
I was wondering. I was like, "Hey, yo, Noah's been kind of quiet, though." Like,
No, I noticed that he went away because otherwise he would have been saying something since we.
oh, got you. Okay.
What about what? Huh?
We talked about the Mario movie.
Oh, yeah. No, not gonna live up to the hype. I don't care how many good actors they have in that movie. It's for the kids at the end of the day.
That's why I'm taking my kids to the movies to watch it.
I'd rather go watch and torture myself watching Frozen over and over again than watch that movie in theaters.
I watched Frozen and Frozen 2. I actually really like Frozen 2. Which brings me up to my question right now. What is your guilty pleasure song right now?
Guilty pleasure song?
Yeah. What song is your guilty pleasure song that you've been playing a lot recently?
That you wouldn't play with the homies or anybody else.
Yeah.
That you secretly love.
That you know, like, you know what, this is me. That you don't record yourself singing it on Snapchat, you know?
Put me on blast, I see.
No, it's not putting you on blast.
Nah, yeah, I mean, you missed mine. I said the real McCoy dream.
I mean, I don't know any song that I wouldn't like want to share with the homies. I'm very open about my music, stuff to my friends and stuff.
Yeah, no, it's still, there's still songs where you're like, you can be very open, but there's times where you're like, nah, this is for me. Like, this is just for me.
Well, I forgot I had this song on my phone, and I was actually driving home from work the other day, and I was listening to it because I just finished the anime Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. Really great anime. But the senpai shit, bro. So there's a song called Senpai by Shiki. And I was joking around with my homie, and I said, well, no other people would listen to this unless they watched anime. I said this music does not appeal to anybody other than people that watch anime because he's talking most of his songs. He's talking about having a anime girlfriend, waifu, fucking fucking talking about bukkake and shit. I'm like, why?
God damn.
Okay, you went from
Like
like
getting into the
you-
getting into
you
like
jumped.
hentai and shit.
you jumped a couple steps.
Have you never heard Shiki? Yeah, he's yeah.
Hmm. You know what I found recently? I found that song that you like, Sam.
Mhm.
The dun 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 yo do. The one that says like all the names, like really fast song. The one
Wait,
I
which one?
the one I have the sound for. Hang on, let me.
You gotta play that song.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
all
yeah.
about
Hang on, I got it. I got you. I got you.
it's all about Space Cadet by Metro Boomin and Gunna.
Oh my goodness.
I
What a
have it.
spaceship, now I'm a Space Cadet.
You driving to do licks, sir.
Live in
Yeah.
luxury. Can't hear it.
Can you hear it?
Oh, Shigma, Shigma, Shigma. Yeah, I know that one. Yeah. It was like that TikTok I saw the other day of that one motorcycle guy. He's like uh listening to a song about depression and suicide.
Yeah.
And it's Into the Night by Yaosobi or Yaosobai. However you say it. I'm probably saying it wrong, but they and then he starts dancing and he's like, me, white, not understanding Japanese, just fucking hella getting into it. And I'm like, yeah, that's so true. I'm like me
That's
rolling down the highway listening in the latest intro of Spy Family
yeah. That's true.
by Bump of Chicken.
Mixed nuts too. The first. See, mixed nuts. The first intro to Spy Family. That shit caught me off guard. How funky that shit was.
No, dude, it's all about Souvenir by Bump of Chicken.
No, it's a good song, but the first one caught me off guard. How
Oh
refreshing
yeah,
it
how it
was.
was. Yeah.
Yeah, it gave me Cowboy Bebop vibes at first, and then
Ooh.
it kept its pace.
You know,
But
I
clearly
think
different.
I did I ask you this on my podcast literacy? What anime you wish you could watch
Yes,
for the first time?
yes, you
That
did. And I told you
I
I
mean,
want
you know now.
like I told you if I could go back and watch an anime again for the first time to have that experience, it's gonna be Fire Force.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you know, I guess since I asked it again, you know, Kojo,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What would
asked
be
that
one
on
for
my
you?
podcast. What would be one for you that you'd wish you could watch for the first time and experience again?
You lie in April.
Ooh.
You wanna cry?
Ooh.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
You wanna
That
Yeah.
cry?
that one's fucking actually, yeah, that's kind of deep.
Yeah.
What a tearjerker.
Yeah, man. Because like I don't know, like as you get older, right?
Mhm.
And then you get introduced to like different shonen and different genres.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, damn, bro. I remember I saw you lie in April a long time ago. And I
Well,
wasn't emotionally ready for it. I
oh,
didn't
really?
cry or anything, but like I went back later
Yeah.
because I forgot about it. But I was like, oh damn, this is kind of sad.
It fucking
So
wrecked you.
yeah, so if I could wipe it now and then rewatch the whole series tomorrow,
Yeah.
it would be that one.
And one scene that I want to watch again that I that if I could go back and have that same reaction is the ending of Assassination Classroom.
That's a
Fuck
good
that
one.
that
Yeah,
one hit me so hard, dude.
yeah.
I was sitting here in my bed like in the middle of the night fucking sobbing to myself. How hard that shit hit.
If I was to say, you know, like a scene, I would have to say when Pain destroys the whole entire Leaf Village in Naruto Shippuden. That
Mm.
shit was deep because like you start seeing everybody die. Fucking Kakashi dies, and everyone's probably like, "No, my
Yeah.
dude."
You have no idea how many TikToks I've seen of people that watch that scene and they're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah, my personal favorite is going into the malls, like, you know, when the pandemic was like just going around and like seeing on a Zoomies, they have a picture of Kakashi and
Yeah.
it said if Kakashi can wear a mask for 500 and then they scratch the 500 out and write 499 and say
Yeah.
499 episodes, then you could wear a mask too. And I'm like, well, Kakashi's different.
Yeah.
Kakashi built different. I'm wearing that shit at all times. No, actually, like, not even. I don't think that scene ever hit me like that. Like, I saw it, I was like, damn, shit's popping off.
I wouldn't say like it made me emotional, but it definitely made me feel like it was a high point for the anime. I was like, oh shit, now this is where like things are gonna start building up, and it's gonna have to, like everything that happened to Naruto throughout that whole entire fight
Yeah.
Yeah.
with Pain. Like he went through the whole anger phase and literally like just gonna give himself to the Nine Tails and stuff like that, and
Yeah,
then going and
just those
actually
couple,
forgiving him.
just those couple
Mhm.
episodes, all like all the way they cumulated together.
It's what I always tell my homie Jared. It's character development,
Yeah.
like,
Not-
but in some animes are very subtle about it, and
Mhm.
most of them are focused on the story, and they won't try to be like this is all about character development.
Yeah.
And some of them
Well,
are literally like, no, it's character development only.
yeah. Naruto is the one that had a lot of character development. That was the anime that had very good character development.
Mm.
Like
Fucking 10-10.
One Piece has character development, but it's very stretched.
No, it's not stretch. It's necessary. I'd argue that.
I mean, yeah,
I still haven't seen
for
that, so I can't answer that one.
for the
Yeah.
stories telling, yeah, it's necessary, but for someone who for people who just don't have the patience, or or can't be dedicated like that, yeah, it's gonna feel stretched, elongated, like just
And
not
that's how.
not unnecessary, but it's like not gonna feel like, oh, you could just no, you could have gotten this done a lot sooner.
And
Yeah.
see, then I would bring up the argument like, do you really care about character development, or do you actually care about action in the story? Because
Well,
again, so so for One Piece, I would say the way the character development, you get introduced to the characters, and then for the characters along the way, it's like you're actually getting to know these characters, what they like, what they don't like, you know,
yeah, like real people.
real people, right? And then all of a sudden they find a common goal. It's like, all right, this is how we're gonna, you know,
Yeah,
support each other in different ways.
yeah. No, I mean, I get it, right? I get it, and I can
Mhm.
see why you're like, well, I can see what you're saying. Well, at that point, you're just like, you're not in it for the character, you're in it for the action, right?
Hmm.
I can see that, right?
Which is great, by the way.
Yeah,
Look, I'd ride for One Piece. Y'all understand? 1,100 episodes, bro.
yeah.
I'm never not catching up on that shit again. That was a long ass summer. That was a long ass summer.
What character do you think has the most interesting character development in an anime?
Oh, I thought you were about to say One Piece. I was like, oof. Oh, just in an anime in general.
Yeah, like who you, in your opinion, would think had the most interesting character development.
Ooh,
I kind of have mine,
who is
but
it?
it's kind of I'd say it's a 50-50 for some people. I say Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul only because like you see everything that he goes through. Like I'm not saying anything past the first season.
Yeah.
I wasn't really a big fan of the third season. The second season was okay. The first season was by far the best. But the whole season one, you see him struggle through accepting being a ghoul, accepting from turning from being a human, that he can't live the life that he used to anymore. He can't go back to school. He can't go see his friends. He has to hide from the society that he used to live in on his day to day and go be in a different society of people that he is not well versed with. And I thought that was very interesting, seeing how he went from also accepting it at the very end of the anime to fight Jason, accepting that he'd be a ghoul, and was like, you know what, I don't really care anymore. I'll kill anybody to like save myself. He started realizing that he felt like no one was gonna be able to help him because he felt alone already in the situation as being a half human, half ghoul.
Hmm.
You know which one's for me? Now that I think about it, I can't remember his name. But the little brother from Gurren Lagann.
Uh, I got you. Hold on. The little brother.
Yeah.
Not necessarily
it-
his brother, but you know.
Yeah,
The younger one, the main,
the
the main
key to the
Simon?
drill.
Yeah. Huh?
Simon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go, Simon.
I was gonna say, I was like, well, I looked up Gurren Lagann characters, and he's older in the photo, so I was like, well, I know the cover of the anime, he's a little kid, so I'm like,
Yeah.
how quickly is this kid aged?
It takes a while for him to age, but
It's after the first season, or
yeah,
whatever you consider the first season.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like part 2, he starts to age little by little.
You know the one thing that I will say that always kind of disturbs me when it comes to anime is when you see a little girl and they'd be like, "Oh, I'm 13 or I'm 12 or I'm 14," and it's like when they hit 15, it's almost like boom, peak fucking you're now turning into a young adult. It's like, "What? Hold on."
Well,
Like and
that's
everyone's like so defined. I know that in Japanese culture and other
I,
stuff like that, you can get married at a young age,
I'm
but
about to say, like, yeah, that's culture, and
Fan
culture and the way
service.
they are. Yeah, and also a lot of fan service, mostly fan service. But like, yeah, that's just how they are over there. So
Yeah.
all the
Um,
hentai watchers know.
we have over here, we have no right to question that shit.
at all. At all. Uh, for mine, damn, I just had it in my head.
He said Leorio from Hunter x Hunter. I don't know. I haven't watched that all the way through.
Oh, hey, Chad, don't get old. Do not get old. Fuck, this is gonna bother me.
But
Yeah, I'll yell it out later. But man, this is gonna bother me. Like, whoa, bro.
He
out of
said, "I
all the
got a
shows
lot
that
to
you
think
watched,
about."
No, well, because there's only a few that have good characters. I remember, uh, the Subaru from ReZero.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a
Okay.
pretty good character development.
At first, I was gonna say Aaron Yeager, but I was like, yeah, but not
Like,
really.
he did, but then it kind of just reversed itself.
Mhm.
So it's like, okay, that because you were feeling it, and then he turned, like, it just fucking flipped. It's
Well,
like,
and
whoa,
well, spoiler alert, he flipped and then he flipped back at the end. I was like, I don't really feel like that.
mm-mm.
For Natsuki, Subaru and ReZero,
Yeah,
that man straight up said, "Oh, I'm in another world. Oh shit, I'm dying every day. All right, I'm dying every day, but now I got a chick to protect. I'm still a bitch though. All right,
still a bitch though.
I'm not as much as a bitch. I still got shit to handle. All right, because this man went through like 3 or 4 Cicada breaks, right?
Yeah,
Especially killing himself multiple times just so he can get a perfect outcome. Man, through the worst possible way.
That's the worst type of character development. I will say it's not fully released yet,
Mm.
but I just finished the manga today. Chainsaw Man. Denji will have some very good character development
oh yeah,
later in the anime.
yeah,
I
yeah.
believe it. I was halfway
I
through.
Oh, dude, it's so good. You gotta finish it. I will say though, like with where they're at in the anime right now, it's kind of hard because if you finish it, you're gonna be like, "Fuck, dude."
Yeah.
But at the same time, I actually am kind of glad I finally finished it because I've had the books for a while and I haven't read through them, so I decided to like read over them again
Never
Mhm.
and go back to it.
Okay, I can tell you this one character development that I didn't like, and I didn't. It's not that I didn't like it. It just didn't feel right. Was I finished reading Demon Slayer.
Mhm.
The rest of the show, I can't wait for it to be animated. I'm not too excited for the rest of what's it called? His story. Tanjiro. Tanjiro. Yeah. Sorry, I had to
Yeah.
sneeze.
Bless you. Listen tight. Salute.
And his story. No, they gloss over his story extremely quickly.
Well,
So
I'm sure.
yeah.
Well,
And,
I
and what?
no, go ahead.
No,
I
that's
was
it.
going 2 cents about. Um, Honestly, bro, it felt like the end of that the manga was rushed.
Yeah, it felt very, very rushed. Like they just, like they had to, like hit a deadline.
Yeah, because like once Michael Jackson's back was against the wall, that whole fight damn near should have took like 2 months. This shit felt like 3 weeks, and I was like, wait, bro, that's too short.
Very short.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I forget his name, bro. Look, don't get
I
old, man.
know, I know who you're talking about now. Actually, now that I picture it in my head, but that was actually just a good description that I was.
He is Michael Jackson. That's from day one. The dude is
That
Michael
is,
Jackson. Just like in Black Clover, they have Marilyn Manson.
Well, where's Ozzy Osbourne then? You know, we
They
need
have
we need the fucking.
They have. What's that one other show that has Eminem as a character?
What?
What show is this?
What are you talking about? That has
What?
Eminem as a character.
Yeah, you're gonna have to make me. You're gonna make me look this shit up. Hang on, 1 second.
Look it up.
Like the character looks like Eminem, or
Yeah, because they don't really have Marilyn Manson. It's just characters that look like it.
I mean well, yeah.
Exactly.
I mean that makes me think about this one show I just finished and watched because I got Prime for free for 30 days.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I started watching The Legend of Vox Machina.
Yes.
It's really freaking good. It was really good actually. And Logic apparently was in the first episode.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was one of the guards.
Who?
That's the one thing that I like about Amazon Prime is anytime in any scene in a show or whatever, they will show you what music is playing, what the actors are, and all that shit. So you could literally be like, "Oh, who's this?" Like they have Matthew Mercer in it. Very, very big voice actor in like the anime community.
There he goes. It's Enno from One Piece.
Who?
Enno from One Piece.
Which one was he? Or describe him.
Hang on, I have the image. I have the image and I posted on the Discord.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So for Legend of Vox Machina, you do know that was their Critical Role campaign from season 1 and 2, I believe.
I honestly, to be real with you, I knew it was a D&D thing because of the dice. I did not look into the actual, like,
the history. Yeah, bro. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you could see it. It's on
Hey, Eminem looking buff.
Yeah, no,
Eminem
he was
looking ripped as shit.
he was a Thunder God in during the CP9 takeover.
Yep.
Either CP9 or there was a movie that came after the CP. But yeah, him. I don't remember.
Yeah, him. It's him.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I was saying like, is Enno from One Piece? That's where he's from. Like, dude is there. I told you Eminem is also on fucking anime.
This man said, "Oh, this was the Eminem." God damn it! I hate you sometimes, bro.
That's why I said, man, Eminem looking buff.
And it did say that he is inspired by Eminem, so
I fucking hate it here.
I don't know why Japan would say that's an inspire of Eminem, like how they making Eminem really look here, you know?
Like this guy
sitting on the passes, the masters.
This guy chat right here.
With the thunder glasses. Moving slower than molasses. God damn.
Using way too many napkins. Yeah. You know that he got in trouble recently. I don't know if it was recently, but it was a while ago. He got in trouble for some shit, and I think Netflix took down like all his fucking stand up.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Chris
Was
Piala.
it? I'm pretty sure it was a essay case.
He had a lot of people have been getting essay cases, huh?
People too horny, man. People too horny, man. You gotta control those urges, man.
Yeah.
It was a sexual misconduct.
Oh, SM. And not BDSM. For those.
Yeah, it doesn't make him look any better. It doesn't make him look any better that apparently he married somebody right during the sexual misconduct allegations.
Oh,
Yeah, let me get married real quick. Jesus, dude. That's fucking
I'm not
awkward.
gonna defend that. I'm not gonna defend that one. Well, you can't defend that one because shit.
Yeah,
Like,
unless you're mini lad.
all right. Speaking of people with bad taste, uh,
mm,
speaking of people with bad taste, Sam.
damn. What? Nah,
No, no,
hold
no,
on,
no, no,
hold on,
no,
hold
no.
on, hold on,
I'm
hold on.
gonna ask you a question, okay?
Nah, bro, nah,
Uh,
bro. How you
no,
gonna say people with bad taste and then drop my name, bro? That's
because I'm gonna ask you a question, but I'm sorry
He'll get to
it
me.
didn't
He'll
come out
get
like
to
that.
me.
okay.
Yeah,
Look, that
yeah.
was a terrible segue, bro. I was like,
Yeah,
hold
I'm
on.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He's like, yo, you put me on blast, bro.
People
My
with
thought
bad
my
taste, bro.
my
What?
thought
I'll
process
put you on a
my thought
barbecue,
process
bro.
wasn't there. I'm sorry.
I eat berry and tacos. What you mean bad taste, dog, bro? I'm
No,
supreme.
you
No.
have like
He said my
buttery taste,
spices
right?
are divine, bro.
Yeah, no, you have buttery taste.
you
I'm
see,
sorry. You know
you
that
see
that is
my,
a
you see my spice rack, bro. Fucking on point.
bro. On no, like you think I'm playing? This motherfucker has a spice rack,
Look, smoked paprika, ground mustard, the whole
Oh,
works, bro.
hey, hey,
everything is there. Whatever you need,
I'd
he
rather
got it
me have some
twice.
ribs, my guy.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, whatever
Put
you
some
need, he got
cinnamon
it
and mustard on
twice.
that shit, bro.
Okay, all right. You want to mix a little whiskey in that bitch?
Anyways,
Hey, that's a spray. Yeah, my bad, bro.
Oh
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, oh
anyways,
yeah, oh yeah.
people with bad taste before we get hungry. Uh, have you seen what everyone's old favorite rapper is saying?
Who?
Mr. Kanye West or Ye?
Yeah, I choose not to give that any light. I don't know what's going on with it, but
Okay, have you seen his
Wasn't it
how,
something involving
his
Donald Trump?
or
no
he said he
well
was something that he likes Hitler, or
Oh,
yeah.
oh, something about the Auschwitz or something like that.
no, he was on Alex Jones podcast and he said no, I like Hitler, I like Hitler.
Mhm.
Dude was like,
Yeah.
dude said it like straight up.
Man
Dude
had a
said it
creative mind.
in quotes. I like Hitler, just like that. And Alex Jones was like, I can't get with you with that one. I'm like, of course you can't. Of course you can't.
and
Did you see?
and yeah, and see the sad part. I know what he was trying to say.
Uh huh.
Um, he was pretty much looking at Hitler as. God, this is gonna sound terrible. He was looking at Hitler as a dictator instead of the crimes that he did, right? Because if you take away the sins and you look at what he was able to accomplish during his time, right? Like he was able to bring people together. He was able to.
That's
I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up. It's a hot
no.
take, but
It's a very hot take, but this is where you're not wrong, and this is also sounds very bad. It makes me feel bad saying it, but if you take away the fact like everything that he did, and you just and if he wouldn't have had as like if he wouldn't have caused the world war and then on, he would have been no worse than Putin. And like yeah, he would have been, he still would have been considered a world evil, but not to the extent that he was in.
I mean, I guess that's fair, but
I'm still not gonna touch it. Me, back in high school, me and a friend we had the same discussion,
Yeah.
and I, I was saying, "What? Nah, you can't like Hitler. What's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
Till he started pointing out some points, like, "Yo, if you look at the man's prowess and how he was able to move a nation,
Yeah.
he convinced a whole millions of blonde hair, blue eyed people that they were the supreme race, even though he had brunette hair.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Right? So,
How do you make these people believe that when you don't look like that?
like, yeah, like you're not even that, but they look up to you like a god. So it's kind of like
people are vain.
people are vain.
They
And
want to be noticed.
and not only that, through some horrible measures, because it was humane. We know it was humane. Like
No, it was
inhumane.
inhumane, bro.
It was inhumane.
Yeah.
We know it was very inhumane, very destructive.
I'm not
Fuck.
saying we like Hitler here.
No. Please
Well, that's why I
don't
said
ever be.
that's why I
Please
said I'm
don't
gonna
ever
shut up.
be. Please don't ever be. Uh, there was a lot of advancements in science and medical science because of the shit that he did. That all sounds very bad, and we're not saying that he did anything good. He's not a good person at all. I can understand his side, but you're going completely wrong about it. You are praising someone who is literally the definition of world evil, literally the definition of like evil mastermind. Like that's not a person that you should even be close to praising in any way. And we're not singing his praises here either. Like that man was horrible, right? But I could see what he was trying to say. I could see what he's trying to do. But the way that Ye was going about it is just like, bro, like
You can't be saying that type of shit in this day and age because at the end of the day, everything is going to be twisted, and people are going to take things out of context, and they're going to overlook the whole entire possibility of what the point in the conversation that led up to that, and that's what people
but
do
no,
in the media nowadays.
no, not even that. Like I get that too, right? I get that too. But he has he doesn't give it like there's no room for him to have any context. Like with Kanye, no matter what clip you take, it's he's putting it all out there.
Yeah, no, unless
Like
you
you
were
can't twist
involved
his
with
words
that.
because he's saying the things that people would try to twist his words to be. Dude is open about how he feels. There's no filter there. He went on to another podcast that was trying to get him to use coded language, like to try to minimize the damage or whatever, right? No, even those people, even like the farthest of fringes of people, cannot control what this man says. Which again, you know, you're free to say whatever you want to say. Just know that what you're saying is wrong. You can say whatever you want to say. Just know that what you say is gonna have consequences. No matter how you take it, you can take an entire full clip and say, "Well, this isn't without context. This is here without context." No, this is the entire clip. This is everything that was recorded from minute one to like the last hour. And dude is saying the same shit. He's going off the fucking rails, and I'm like, bro, like,
Let's be honest here. Kanye's just unstable because Kim K fucking left his ass and went for Pete Davidson,
bro,
and
this
then
is
they split
before.
up.
This is
I
even
know, I know,
before.
I know, but at the end of the day, dude, like nothing surprises me when it comes to Kanye anymore. Like whatever he does with his clothing and his music, and being involved with that church and doing music on a Sunday and
The
stuff
fact
like
that
that, like
you mean the fact that he also created a cult?
yeah, well, that too, but it's just that's how it kind of goes. I mean, with
You
celebrities, like
you mean
that's
the
like the
fact
whole that's the whole thing with like all the celebrities being in the Church of Scientology, like how Tom Cruise is one of the biggest advocates in that shit.
you mean the fact that Kanye also created Donda Academy? That's not like they like that school has no
Listen, I never said the man was the smartest fucking business person, but
yeah.
that
I,
say
I
some
just
people need to stay in their lanes
I
and
just
just
enjoy
do their own
just,
thing.
I just enjoy going through Twitter and seeing a lot of his like dedicated fans like protecting him or trying to make sense of what he's trying to do, and I'm like, you can't.
See, but you want to know what? Most of those dedicated fans are probably people that didn't even listen to his first two albums. They probably were like, "Oh, anything by Kanye's new shit is great." It's like, but
No,
you don't know his startup.
no, these people are talking about graduation, college dropout. They're talking about 808s heartbreaks. So these people are people that have been with him from the beginning. So it's not just new fans. Like
I
this is
mean,
people who know
anybody.
his entire discography, who know what he did, who know that Through the Wire was like the
Any
track that he made with mouth wide shut.
Well, I'm.
anybody is gonna defend their own favorite artist, though. I feel like
Mhm. And I would also argue that people probably just found Kanye and went back to his old shit and listened to it.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like the Morgan Wallen situation. Morgan Wallen's a country singer, and he got caught on video dropping the N bomb and actually like hard R straight up like verbally abusing someone with it in
Mhm.
public.
Mm.
And it was so bad that fucking music places started pulling all his music off their stores and stuff. They weren't selling it. It was all over the news. He was getting blasted for it. People weren't supporting his new album. And you know, and it's and of course there are gonna be his fans that are gonna be backing it probably and be like, well, that's just kind of how it is down in the South. Like, no one gives a fuck. That's not how white people roll. And that's
Well,
not how you should be living your life. Like, you know, that's it's the word of you don't drop that shit because you know that it has a meaning behind it and you know that something can happen with that said word. But you know, and anybody's gonna defend an artist. There's many artists that have probably been in way worse shit than maybe what Kanye is just spilling out like he always does. But I mean, that's just kind of how it goes. I feel like in the entertainment industry,
Mm-hmm.
is
I
everybody
mean,
wants fucking attention.
it's true, but I don't know. This shit's just funny to me. The fact that he even dropped his official campaign logo is a swastika inside the Jewish Star of David.
for for running for politician.
Yeah, he's running for president. He's
I
running for
I know I know he was doing that, but if that's truly his fucking
Yeah, it's him. Like he created the logo.
America, I want to let you know right now, if you vote for Kanye West with that thing up, I want to let you know you were more racist than you were voting for Trump. That is absolutely fucking beyond unlike that is not okay. The Jews should be pissed. Any Germans that live in the States should be upset. Like think about the actions that you're trying to put behind that.
When I saw it, I was like, there's no way that this is fucking real. But sure enough, they was like he came out right after. It's like, no, yeah, I did that. This is my design. Yeah, I did that.
His fucking rallies are about to get fucking shot up, I swear. That's just not good. That's how you
I don't
fuck
know. I don't
that's
know
how
about
you
him.
fuck things up really quickly.
It's it's just funny. It's sad, but I guess I have a sadistic mind because to me that shit's funny seeing like just a collapse of that. Like the way this shit keeps going down and people are trying to find any way to defend that. And the
There's
way
nothing to defend.
and the way that people have like memed the fans like to no ends. Meme culture is great for that.
Where's cancel culture when you need them? Can we cancel this, please? Can you guys go cancel Kanye West's campaign? Can we
No,
get
they're
petitions?
they're too busy canceling Dave Chappelle. They're trying to cancel him.
Yeah, they've been
And
trying to cancel his ass for years,
for like
and they
Mhm.
ain't gonna get him.
for like the sixth time this time.
Yeah, they're not gonna get him.
Yeah, they never will.
This man literally was on his own stand up for Netflix saying that how much he supports the LGBTIQ plus and all that community, you know, and he was about to have a person in that community do a stand up for for one of his, you know,
Yeah,
enter or pretty much start off the stand up before he gets on.
the opener.
And on the way, yeah, and on the way, I guess to the stand up or the day before, she got in an accident and died.
Mm-hmm. And they were calling him transphobic for a while for it. Yeah, I remember.
And it's like, yeah, how is that transphobic?
They'll
Trans
get.
people are they have some very interesting things, I would say. You talk to one of them, you know, they are very heightened people when it comes to having a conversation, you know. They get real sometimes they can get real deep.
Mm. I mean, I enjoy having conversations with people, especially if trying to figure out like where they're coming from.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I had one trans person tell me I can't remember word for word, but I mean, they pretty much told me their side of the story of why they ended up making the change.
Yeah.
And, of course, it was something family related and not the most positive thing.
Yeah.
And, at the end of the day, it's if that's what someone wants to do, by all means, that's your life. That's what you believe in. As long as you don't come up to me and be like, Noah, change into a female. You would honestly like having a vagina. No, I would not like to bleed from fucking my vagina for once a month.
That's still biologically impossible. Even if you did get yourself surgically one.
Hey man, I saw some bullshit on the internet where it said that a man was having a baby with another man and this man actually looked pregnant. I said that shit better be photoshopped because there's no way.
You
I said,
can.
how does that work?
You can. Because
If you
because
have a
that
surgery,
because that person was is still the in the innards are still have eggs. So yeah, you can still turn, but you can still transition, but you know.
how did this conversation get here?
I'm not touching this conversation with the 20-foot pole. That's all I'll say about that. Y'all are going. I was like, that's cool. I don't know shit about shit. What did Ruth say? I don't know shit about fuck. I ain't gonna comment on it.
I don't have to know about
Huh? What you say about that, Kojo? Huh? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one.
Just throw a fat fucking curveball out there. So
Oh.
you hate these people? What? What? Yeah.
Mm,
What?
yeah,
What?
right. Like straight up, I was like, nah, I'm gonna let them get it out. It's not my place.
Oh, I had another
What's up?
question.
Mm-hmm.
Again, like just completely changing the shit again.
Mm-hmm.
What is the blackest animated movie you've ever seen?
The
That was
blackest
that was
anime
the
movie.
yeah, that was the question that I saw. But it's the blackest movie that is not like that does not feature like specifically black characters. Like can be animals, can be a fantasy. But what is like the blackest movie? And you know which one is the one that I saw? The
I feel
next.
like. Mm-hmm.
Uh, a Goofy movie.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean,
It's
yeah,
funny that you say
you're
that.
not
Yeah.
wrong.
Because Atlanta did an episode on it. Um, which I thought was fucking hilarious. They did a comedy spoof on Disney
Yeah.
and how one of the CEOs during the time where the Goofy movie came out,
Yeah.
he was picked to be the CEO, but they found out he was black. And even though he was real good at the job or whatever, people were like, well, he's a black guy. He can't really do it. Anyways, he made a Goofy movie,
Oh.
and it was supposed to be a movie that would inspire the black youth to rebel against white America, right?
Yeah.
But some shit happened. He started getting into drugs, guns, whatever. They kicked him out,
Yeah.
or they put him in rehab, and they redid the whole Goofy movie to what you see today. And it was funny because he came back and he said, "Nah, fuck that shit," and then he ended up killing himself over it.
Oh.
Still a comedy spoof, but yeah,
Yeah.
Goofy movie was definitely a black movie.
I think I saw like clips of it
Mm,
of that spoof that you were talking about.
hmm
I thought it was a Dave Chappelle skit or like a Key and Peele skit.
Nah, that was off of Atlanta. Childish Gambino.
Damn.
Yeah,
I was like, didn't it include like one of them, like Key and Peele or something like that
yeah. No. The one I was talking about was from
from Atlanta?
the last season of Atlanta. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah, because
yeah, no,
I saw that.
I wouldn't know. I was gonna say motherfuckers. Cause
Oh yeah, but
yeah, I was gonna say that one.
that's actually a good movie though.
Yeah, but you're saying a black animated movie, like it's kind of
But
It's pretty much there.
but that's like yeah.
It's kind of loaded, you know.
You know what
Or it's,
surprised? You know what surprised me though?
what's that?
Was one thing I learned that was surprising. I didn't know that RZA made the soundtrack for Afro Samurai.
Yeah, bro. That's well. I mean, it's Afro Samurai. That's why I watched it. But yeah, RZA, Liquid Swords, the whole
Uh-huh.
thing.
Yes, sir.
It's
You know the legend of the liquid swords.
Mm,
hmm
classic.
yeah, and I didn't know like I never knew that it was RZA the one who made it. I know it was Samuel L. Jackson who was in the show,
Hmm.
but I never knew it was you know RZA doing the audio like the soundtrack.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
oh,
Honestly, if anything that's done in America, animated, and it has like core elements of Japan in it,
mm-hmm.
I automatically assume someone in Wu Tang. And if it has a hip hop track to it,
Yeah,
Wu Tang touch it.
it's just automatic.
Automatic, bro.
Like the Wu Tang has something to do with this.
No, without a doubt, because like growing up, I've been big into all the martial arts movies, right? So I watched the good ones, the bad ones, you know,
Yeah.
Legend of the Drunken Fist or the Shaolin Temple, the five different swords or whatever.
Uh-huh.
After Wu Tang Clan came out, RZA started doing a shitload of B straight to DVD kung fu movies and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
You mean
The
like
Man with
the
the
Iron
Iron
Fist?
Fist.
Yeah.
Yep,
Man of the
a
Iron
lot of
Fist.
that.
He did 2 movies of that one.
Hmm. Then he did another one where he appeared in Scott Adkins, the Untouchable Man, the Unbreakable Man. I don't know. He had a cameo in it.
Mm.
Um, and he also had like some man. He's been in a lot of shit. So anything
Yeah.
that I see that has hip hop, martial arts,
And Japanese culture or
or just Asian
Asian
culture
culture
in
in
general,
general. Yeah.
Wu Tang's been on it. They blessed the track. They blessed something on it. I don't know what, but they did it.
It's funny how you wouldn't think that the Wu Tang would be one to unite people like that. Well, I mean, you
Wu
could
Tang,
see it. You could see it.
yeah.
But like like hip hop will be one to bridge the world like that. Especially hip hop. So how can I say this? Layered like the Wu Tangs. Because not only is it just Asian culture, it's also nerdy shit. It's also fucking comic books. It's also pop culture. Just everything mismatched in there.
Well, because you gotta look at it from the Wu Tang's perspective, what they had,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's what they had. They had old VHS tapes with the old kung fu movies. They had comic books. Those are all the things that would help them distract from, the bullshit that was going on in Staten Island. So, what do you rap about? You rap about what you see and what you live on a day to day basis. That's what they
Mm.
did.
But you still have, but that's what I mean, because like you still had rappers from that time, even that they were even doing the same thing, but weren't on that level.
What do you mean by that?
Okay, so like you also had people who were rapping that were dealing, that were shooting, that were in gang affiliated and all that stuff, right?
Mm,
But still, that's where they all stayed. Like they just stayed in that lane of talking about these things, right? Like this is where they stayed. While the Wu Tang, when they were with most songs that they made, did have something to do with slanging, with selling, uh with drug use and all that stuff, like weapons and gang affiliations.
mm,
Uh, they had this extra element of like, yeah, I'm a nerd. I like this shit. I like comic books. I like they throw in some references that not a lot of people would get unless you saw these things.
Be like people listening to MF Doom. I
mm,
feel like
Mm-hmm.
I've talked about MF Doom with some of my friends, and I got into him a little bit later. after like Wu-Tang, NWA, all those other rappers, but it's actually interesting to know that a lot of like those rappers back then and some of the modern day rappers we have now, like some of them would be like, yeah, I was really inspired with like MF Doom,
Mm-hmm.
like in his vibe and his music, like what he did, like his music videos alone they were trippy, but they also and everything like with Wu Tang, he did like the whole comic book thing at the end of most of his songs and stuff. So it sounded like you're watching like the end of a comic book episode or comic book
Panel.
cartoon show. But I feel like every artist should do some stuff like that, like bring that type of stuff back, bring that type of rapping and vibe back in music. Like everything now is changing to like fucking heavy rockish slash fucking EDM ish, like
Well, there's
bass
something.
bullshit.
Well,
There's
because
nothing wrong with
it changed from rapping about your environment and what you like to what the people actually like themselves.
Yeah.
What
That
they
was
have.
that. Yeah, I mean, they don't even have most of the shit, but again, it's about what will get you views instead of what's authentic and real.
Yeah. It's just about
Right.
whoever has the most, whoever's got it.
Right.
Like D4L said, but you can't do it like me.
It's like that one rapper that wrote the song Coco. I'm with the Coco.
OG
Uh
Genesis, yeah.
yeah, OG Genesis. He he didn't end up pursuing most of his rap career because he ended up settling down because he had a kid.
hmm
Started learning how to be a parent. But it's like interesting to see that some of these other one shot artists end up at least trying to do something else with their life if rap doesn't work out or whatever they end up pursuing in the music industry.
I mean, like Waka Flocka that has a doctorate now in a farm.
Like fucking CeeLo Green, that's also a doctor.
But
hmm
CeeLo Green is still a producer.
Yeah, and T Pain
T Pain
and
is
Taylor Swift.
T Pain is still an artist. He still
Oh,
does
I
his
know,
music
and a Twitch streamer.
and a podcast and
Yep,
a drift team
yep,
and an entertainment company.
yep, and a record label owner probably.
Yeah.
Bartender, chef, everything.
So
Man, they keep
his wife is a bartender. Uh, she's a
Well,
certified
he opened up
bartender.
his own. They opened up their own drinks now.
They have their own book.
see,
The
and
T Pain has his own book.
that's the thing is like I think is with some artists like they try to do stuff in their career so early, but they end up like fucking everything up and they lose a lot of money. And then it's like you look at all these other artists that have been around for so long and they already have such a high popularity that they have all this extra cash and it's like, well, you know what, I'm just gonna start a fucking business. I'm gonna do this and make extra money on top of what I already do,
Well,
and ends up flourishing.
well, it just depends on how you manage your money.
Oh yeah, for
Because
sure.
if you
I
look at the
mean,
T Pain story, T Pain like he had a lot of money, but he got caught up with people trying to tell him what to do and how to spend his money, and then he got too comfortable, so he ended up
But
going broke.
that's
yeah,
the thing. Whenever you're an artist, the label you don't have the money. The label has the money.
Yeah,
Eh,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they withhold your shit.
And
Like
you're in
with the
contract
knife.
for like yeah.
Fucking best part of that movie. Sma- smashes all his shit. He said, "You give me what I want."
hmm
Oh man, there are so many other good movies that have, you know, documentaries about artists and stuff that have came out in the last few years. I feel like.
you know what's one sad documentary that I saw that was like it just got progressively worse.
Planet Earth.
Besides that one, I'm talking about like music,
Oh, okay. All right.
the Juice World documentary.
I never watched that.
I didn't watch it either.
Uh,
See, when I
you,
say documentary, I mean like documentary, like movie or show based off of.
a
Oh, so a
biopic,
biopic. Yeah.
biopic.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm talking about like an actual documentary. Like I'm talking about like people actually followed him. They would like he had a whole cameraman. Like
So what about the Juice World documentary? Fucked you up.
okay, because at the beginning, right? Uh, like they show them very lively and all that stuff, right? And of course they're gonna show from the beginning how they were and all that good shit, right?
Hmm.
So and they did it. That's exactly how it started, right? The fuck happened to my recording?
Uh-oh.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
it just stopped. Like there's no recording here.
Hit your
Damn.
spacebar?
Hey, yeah, I was going.
Yeah. Oh fuck it.
Because I did that like 3 times before.
I get this from the Twitch stream. Um. So in this in this documentary, right? He you can see him starting off, really good, really excited about like his entire career, about everything that he was building, right?
Hmm.
And he was really into it, really getting into it, really like excited about it, really like everything was perfect for him, right? But the more money he got, people were noticing that he's such a good guy. Like he was very down to earth. Like he wasn't like flaunting everything that he had. He was just enjoying himself. He was just being a kid, right?
Hmm.
But because he had connections and because how he started, like everything had a lot to do with drugs and depression, that people kept enabling that use and were facilitating these drugs to him. Like you can see the downfall of just his use and abuse and just over and over up until like you and he like throughout the whole thing you can see him like use these drugs, use Xanax, use all that stuff, and you can see it come down just like you can see him go and then he come down and go, he'll come down, and every time he needed it, or he would just take it and then just go and again and again and again. I was like, bro, like what the fuck? Like you could
Like,
it just like you could see him like just start getting more and more like by like it's getting closer to the end. You can see him like he's just doing this, like he's just like dozing off like mid sentence, and he goes, "Huh, uh-huh," and he pulls out another pill, and he starts like breaking it down, and it goes like that all the way to like his last moments in the airplane when he falls asleep, and everybody else is like just like that. His girl is asleep on his lap, also high out of her fucking mind, and then he's like, he's supposed to be talking. He's like, "Hey, what do you want to watch?" They're trying to watch Netflix, and he's scrolling through, and he's just dozing off because he's that fucking high. And then he's going, he wakes up. The cameraman like is still filming, because he told him like, don't stop filming no matter what. From the very beginning, he's like, I want you to keep filming no matter what happens. I need you to keep filming because everybody needs to know, you know, what's happening, right? Like I want everybody to see me, to see everything that goes on. So the cameraman is still filming, and you can hear in his voice like, "You good? You all right?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm all right." He wakes up from like the third time he's dozing off, and he's already breaking another pill, and he falls asleep like breaking down another pill. I was like, God damn! And then it just cuts to there to where like they land in the Chicago airport, and they
Hmm.
had to like rush him out, like to like in the ambulance and everything.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
Drugs, man. That's what it does. You keep on. The first high will never be the same.
Mm-mm. It won't, and like it's just the way they played that out. I was like, damn, like that shit, like it hurt. That shit, like it hurt watching it, because this dude was like, everybody was praising him at his abilities and what he could do. Everybody was saying like, you know what, you're really good, but you need to take care of yourself. You need to do this. He was having like legends go up to him and praise him,
Hmm.
like because he was doing really good. And they were like, you know what, just take care of yourself, kid. I know the way you going, you're gonna have a longevity in your career. You're gonna, the way you are, you're real smart about what you do. Uh, and people, and he had, of course, they would ask people that were working with him in the studio and all that stuff, and he would say that per song that was released,
Hmm.
he would film like 2 or 3 different versions of each song, just like how Wayne used to be, just off the top, just start freestyling the entire song, and then he'd be like, you know what, go again, and he'll start all the way from the beginning, freestyling an entire song, and you get out the booth and like pick whichever one of those two that you like the most. Like dude was confident in his ability
Hmm.
to do like no to be like that. He got to the point where it was real comfortable, but then it just kind of
I mean, it just kind of fades, you know, like that's kind of just the dark thing about the entertainment industry is people can get sucked into so many bad things and it can end up fucking their life or taking it, you know, and it's the hardest thing. Like look at the Motley Crue. Look at their main singer Vince Neil, how he was fucking high and drunk and all that fucked up, and he drove out with another singer or guitarist or whatever from another band and to do like a beer run on their way back, ended up getting in an accident and killed them, and had to go to rehab, get clean, and came back and still ended up doing drugs and stuff like that. And you know, it's a tipping point for a lot of people, and they sometimes people feel like that it's all they need, and some people feel like that uh there's just not enough.
yeah, yeah.
And it's depressing, you know. Like I will say, like the entertainment industry 100% enables the fuck out of drug usage, and
Yeah.
you know, pretty much putting yourself out there of being that person. Like if that's literally like if your song and music is talking about a certain drug, like they would probably enable you to do said drug. Like, all right, your song's all about cocaine. All right, well, you know what? I think the high point for you right here would be here's some cocaine.
Hmm.
You
Drug
know.
and sex sales.
Mm-hmm. It
Mhm.
really does.
It's depressing, and it takes so many young lives and takes people away, and it's just out of the world.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna end this here because it's already been a long recording.
All right.
Well, it would be a long recording.
If you didn't have yeah, exactly technical difficulty, woo,
Mm-hmm.
clean your hard drive.
I will. I don't know why I stopped recording. I'm gonna check it out. But all right, everybody. This has been another episode. It ended up very depressing.
No, no, it wasn't depressing.
It was informational.
Don't do drugs.
Yeah.
Unless weed or Delta 8.
Okay. If you're gonna do drugs, do the safe drugs.
Yeah,
Do
like
and
weed.
do it in the sanctity of your home or in the sanctity of your friend group. So someone can
Exactly.
take care of you.
Yeah. Do whatever you want to do, but do it with care. Do whatever you feel like is best for you, but do it carefully. Everything with moderation. That's that's the lesson. Everything with moderation.
Except blunts. We
Unless you're
put those
safe.
in rotation.
All right, everybody. Bye.
Peace.
Later.
And then I will end the recording here, but no. That's still funny. But I'm gonna end the stream here. Bye,
All
chat.
right, man.
Bye, everybody.
Peace.